You've probably seen the headlines floating around social media. Move to Scotland. Get permanent residency in 4 years. That's a full year faster than the usual path in the UK. For anyone who's even glanced at the UK's notoriously long and complicated immigration process, that sounds like a golden ticket. The 5-year marathon to what's called indefinite leave to remain, or ILR, can feel endless. So, yeah, the idea of a 4-year sprint is incredibly appealing. But let's be real. In a world full of immigration clickbait and half-truths, you've got to ask, is this for real? Today, that's exactly what we're going to figure out. We'll dig into the viral claims about a special Scottish visa, separate the facts from the fiction, and get to the truth. More importantly, I'm going to give you a realistic, no-nonsense guide to making your UK dream happen through Scotland. Because even without a magical 4-year shortcut, choosing Scotland might just be the smartest move you can make. Hashtag Section 1. The problem and AMP. The scary new proposal. So, let's start with how things are for most people trying to settle in the UK. The standard road to permanent residency, indefinite leave to remain, is 5 years long. You get a skilled worker visa, find an employer to sponsor you, work hard, pay your taxes, and make sure you're not out of the country for more than 180 days in any of those years. It's a demanding, expensive, and stressful process. You basically put your life on pause, always knowing that your right to be here is tied to one specific job. But this whole conversation has become much more urgent. In May 2025, the UK government dropped a white paper with some pretty huge proposed changes to the immigration system. The one that's making everyone nervous is a plan to potentially double the standard wait time for ILR from 5 years to a whopping 10 years. Now, these are just proposals, they aren't law yet. But they show a clear signal from the government. They want to make settling in the UK a much longer and tougher journey. The plan hints at possible exceptions for people who make significant contributions, but the details are fuzzy at best. For the average skilled worker, the road ahead looks like it could get a lot longer. This is exactly why that idea of a 4-year route in Scotland sounds so revolutionary. Hey viewers, subscribe now as you're watching. It will cost you nothing to subscribe, so that when we upload new video, you will be the first to see them. Thank you. Also, keep watching. Section 4 will help you a lot. Okay, let's move on. Section 2, the 4-year shortcut, what's real and what's not? This is where the Scottish Rural Community Immigration Pilot, or SRCIP, comes into the story. You might have seen it on TikTok or in blog posts. The claim is that the Scottish government created a new visa to bring skilled workers to its rural areas. The deal sounds simple. Get a job in one of these areas, and you can apply for permanent residency in just 4 years. It's aimed at jobs in high demand like healthcare, hospitality, and construction, and even says your family can join you right away. It sounds perfect, right? A little too perfect. So, let's get our facts straight. The idea for this rural visa is real. The Scottish government did propose it. Their proposal laid out a 4-year path to permanent residency to tackle population decline and job shortages in rural communities. This is the document everyone's so excited about. But here's the key detail that gets left out of the headlines. As of right now, in mid-2025, this pilot program is not active. The Scottish government's own proposals confirm it's just that, a proposal. It's not actually open for applications because the UK government, which has the final say on immigration, hasn't approved it. The Scottish government is still pushing for it, along with other ideas like a special Scottish graduate visa, but that 4-year visa you've been hearing about, it doesn't exist right now. Section 3, the real Scottish advantage, so the 4-year shortcut is off the table for now. Does that mean you should write off Scotland? Absolutely not. This is the part that the clickbait doesn't cover. Choosing Scotland for your UK journey, even on the standard 5-year skilled worker visa, comes with some serious advantages that can make your path to settlement smoother, cheaper, and way less stressful. The timeline might be the same, but the journey itself can be a whole lot better. First, let's talk about the biggest hurdle, finding a job with a licensed sponsor. While London is flooded with applicants for every role, Scotland has major skills shortages in key industries that are desperate for people. We're talking about renewable energy, tech, engineering, and, of course, healthcare. NHS Scotland is actively recruiting international healthcare professionals for the Health and Care Worker Visa. This visa comes with perks like lower application fees and no immigration health surcharge. The path to permanent residency is still 5 years, but the demand is high. Second, the cost of living. This is a game changer. The salary you need for a skilled worker visa has shot up to at least £38,700 for most jobs. Trying to live, let alone save money, on that salary in London or the Southeast is a massive struggle. In many parts of Scotland, that same salary goes so much further. A good salary in Glasgow, Edinburgh, or Aberdeen can give you a quality of life that would be tough to afford down south. That financial breathing room makes the 5-year wait much more manageable. Third, there are specific visa perks you can use in Scotland. For example, the new entrant discount for the skilled worker visa lets employers offer a lower minimum salary of £30,960 to people under 26 or recent graduates. With Scotland's fantastic universities, this creates a great pathway for young professionals. Finally, you've got a supportive environment. The Scottish government is very pro-immigration. While they don't make the immigration laws, they're working hard to make Scotland a welcoming place. They've even set up services like Migration Service Scotland to help employers and individuals get through the complicated UK system. This political support creates a culture that genuinely values the people who move there. So, while the timeline is the same, the actual experience of living out those 5 years can be completely different. A better shot at a job, a lower cost of living, and a government that's in your corner. These are huge factors that can make or break your immigration journey. Section 4. Your action plan for moving to Scotland. So, how do you actually do it? Let's break it down into real, practical steps. Step 1. Figure out if your job is in demand. Check your occupation's SOC code to make sure it's on the eligible list for the skilled worker visa. Then, get specific and research the job market in Scotland. Focus on those high-demand sectors. Good places to start are Scottish job sites like S1 Jobs and My Job Scotland, and definitely the NHS Scotland Careers website for healthcare jobs. Step 2. Fix up your CV and cover letter. This isn't just about changing realize to realize. It's about tailoring your skills and experience to what UK employers look for. Really play up your transferable skills and any international work you've done. Step 3. Hunt down a licensed sponsor. The UK government has a public list of every company that can sponsor skilled workers. You can filter this list by location to find every potential employer in Scotland in your field. This is your hit list. Don't just spray and pray with generic applications. Get on LinkedIn, connect with recruiters, and reach out to companies directly. Step 4. Know the visa rules inside and out. You'll need to prove your English skills, meet the salary requirement for your job, £38,700 or the going rate, whichever is higher, and get a certificate of sponsorship from your employer. Be ready for the costs, which include the visa fee, the immigration health surcharge, unless you're exempt, and proving you have enough savings. Step 5. The application. Once you have that certificate of sponsorship, you can apply for your visa online. Be meticulous. Every detail matters. Once it's approved, you can officially make your move to Scotland and start your 5-year journey to a settled life in the UK. Look, navigating UK immigration is tough, and the rules are always shifting. If you want to stay on top of it with real, fact-checked info and practical guides like this one, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. It really helps us cut through the noise and give you the information you actually need. And if you have any questions about moving to Scotland, drop them in the comments below. I read every single one and I'll do my best to help out. Conclusion. So, back to the big question. Can you move to Scotland for faster UK permanent residency? For now, the answer is no. That 4-year shortcut is still just a proposal, not a reality. And with the UK government thinking about stretching the main settlement path to 10 years, the whole immigration picture looks more challenging than ever. But that's not the end of the story. The real story is that Scotland offers a massive strategic advantage. It's a realistic, rewarding, and frankly, a much more pleasant way to build a life in the UK. By taking advantage of its hot job market, lower cost of living, and welcoming attitude, you can make the standard 5-year route to permanent residency not just doable, but actually enjoyable. The dream of living in the UK isn't about finding some secret back door that doesn't exist. It's about making smart, informed choices. And for a lot of people, the smartest choice might just be looking north.